What's the word, YouTube? I hope y'all have been having a great day, staying positive as much as you can. Hope y'all been being blessed, right? Before we get into the video, I'm gonna say make sure you like and subscribe because I'll be forgetting to say it at the end of the video. But make sure you like and subscribe so just you can stick with us on a journey of self-discovery, spirituality, and becoming a better person overall, right? Now, another thing, do not mind about it. It's late. I'm about to go to sleep after this video. I didn't feel like doing my hair. It's that simple, right? But in today's video, we're going to be talking about why a lustful society is bad. If you think about it, before Gen Z, right? All the generations before, they didn't have as easy access to lustful things as we do now. You could search up sexual things at a click of a button. You know what you could do, right? Our society, other societies didn't develop with that type of quick dopamine. Quick, like you actually had to go out, connect with the person, not just on a physical level or an emotional level, but a spiritual level to actually want to have sex with them, right? In today's society, you don't even have to do that. You can do hookups. You can do a bunch of other things just to get quick dopamine. Not even including the social media and stuff that come with that, right? But the dating scene nowadays, it doesn't really evolve around love. It evolves around lust, right? If you think about it, you hear things like open marriages, open relationships, threesomes. You got the relationships where you can have 4 people in that one relationship, right? It's just a bunch of different things that evolve around lust. Now, you may be asking, how is the four people relationship bad? Well, if you love someone, you wouldn't you wouldn't even crave for someone else because you love that person that much. You don't even want them to put them in that mindset of am I enough, right? And those people may be okay with it, but later down the line, they're just going to want one person and not share that one person with 3 other people. Make sense, right? Another thing, let's get into this. Masturbation. When you search up masturbation online and ask, is it healthy for me? Oh, is this supposed to do this, right? You get things like, yes, like scientists encourage you to masturbate, right? They encourage you to spill your seed because it helps you prevent prostate cancer, right? It encourages it encourages you because it helps you become a more social being because somehow you can relate more, right? It's a bunch of things promoting masturbation, but that's on a scientific level. Now get on a subconscious level, on a spiritual level. How do you feel when you waste your seed? Do you feel energized or do you feel sleepy? Do you feel like you can't accomplish nothing later in the day? Do you feel like you could go out and have a conversation and not feel disgusted about what you did 30 minutes ago? Or do you feel ashamed about what you did 30 minutes ago and wish you never did it because now you're uh, all of this sluggish crap? How do you feel? Pay attention to how you feel, right? Now I'm not really sure how it works for the females because I don't really do. Now I don't know sexist stuff, but I haven't searched that up, right? Why would I search it up? I'm not gonna lie, I'm interested in psychology. Don't get on me for that, right? But I'm not sure how it worked for y'all. But at the end of the day, you can still do that subconscious work and ask yourself, how does this make you feel at the end of the day, right? And if you have been on the path of self-discovery, self-improvement, I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line you have heard of semen retention. I will get a little personal here. I have been doing semen retention for about a month and a half, maybe, right? And if you look up all the benefits, you can do that on your own time. But the things that I have noticed, I have become more energized. I have more clarity in my mind. I feel I have higher self-esteem. And it's kind of weird because even when I wasn't on semen retention, I had high self-esteem, but I still doubted myself in a way, right? So I have higher self-esteem. I feel the decisions that I make are more what I want to do, right? Like I feel like I'm more whole, to say it in a more all in one way. I feel more whole, right? But this video isn't about semen retention. You can get into that on your own time, right? But masturbation, lust, it clouds your mind. When you're looking at somebody, the first thing that's popping up into your head shouldn't be, or no, when you're getting to know somebody of the opposite gender, the first thing that's popping into your head, oh, I want to have sex with this person. Oh, I want to do this. Like, what? That's weird. That's weird. That's weird, right? You want to actually have a genuine connection with the person that you are having sex with, right? Why do you need that genuine connection? If you ever heard, okay, you probably may have heard of the term, but, and this ain't sexist either. This is just a term that I've heard, right? Girls get addicted after you give them that, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? That's because it's not just on the physical level. You're making that person feel validated so strongly that they want that validation more, right? They want that validation more. And people that seek outside validation don't know how to validate themselves. Is that really the person that you want to have sex with? And a lot of males don't know how to validate themselves either. That's why they're out here just effing a bunch of different women, and having a competition with their guy friends. Oh, I F this person. Oh, I F, she bad, right? I just cracked that last night, right? They're getting validation not just from the males, their bros, right? And if they were really bros, they would be telling you not to do this, right? But they're getting validation from their bros, and it's just reinforcing the behavior. And then the females, they clearly like it because they letting that person, so he getting validation from them. But see, the thing is, men think on a logical level. Females think on a more emotional level. And that's not to downplay the female logic, because they have logic. Don't get that mistaken. But they think more emotional, right? They think more of how they feel in that moment, okay? And if you made that person feel so valued in that moment, more than that they have ever feel valued in their life, right? Of course they're going to be addicted to you. Of course they are. Because you gave them the most emotion that they have felt in a long time. Or in the first time in their life, right? But since males think from a logical perspective, they see this girl as crazy. Oh, this girl crazy. I told her it was just a one night. No, that's not how that works. This is why you can't think just from a lustful mindset. Because not only are you having a physical interconnection, but you're having a spiritual interconnection whether you want it or not. You're still having a spiritual interconnection whether you want it or not. And that's why a lot of females tend to go back to their exes. And even if that ex hurt them in the past, right? Even if that ex hurt them in the past. And then you may be thinking, well, if I do everything that I want for a female, right? And she still go back to her ex who hurt her, even if we had sex, right? Why is that? They were still the first person to have sex with her. Females like that validation. If you're constantly giving her the validation, of course she's going to go to the person that doesn't give as much validation. Because now she feel like she got to earn that validation. She feel the need to have that validation because it's not coming in no more. And that's not to say don't be one of them nonchalant, I almost said N-word, right? Males that don't know how to emotionally be vulnerable and connect. But that is to say, choose the right people that you come across. Just because you come across a female that makes you feel so connected, so happy, so whole, so good, doesn't mean you gotta have sex with that female. That doesn't mean that. Keep it on the same level that you are feeling whole, right? And that's not to say have sexual tension in the air. If it comes to that point, if you are having sexual tension in the air, don't do it just because you are having lustful thoughts. Oh, she wanna, he wanna, I'ma just do it because that's that. Don't do it just because of that, but do it because you actually want to have a spiritual and intercourse session with that person. Do it because you actually care for that person. And this is for both parties that are involved. And this is why communication is key. Communication is key. So both parties know what the other wants. Right? This is why a lot of people get hurt nowadays. One party just wants sex, the other party wants to have a love connection, love felt sex, and the other one wants lustful sex, right? Those are two different things. That's why communication is key. Even if you feel that the reason why you want this thing isn't good enough, right? That doesn't mean it isn't good enough. That makes sense. That doesn't mean it's not good enough. Because the other person may be thinking the same exact way. And if they're not, at least you're giving them a heads up. Don't be selfish to where it's just because she bad, you don't want to say it. But you could tell that she love you. She actually love you. And you just F her. And you don't love her back. And now you got her on your finger so as you can bring her back whenever you want. Don't do no selfish crap like that, right? One, it's selfish. Two, it's wrong. Three, you gonna regret it later down the line, whether you think it or not. It don't even gotta be in this lifetime. And when you die, you're gonna regret it. Okay? So that, another reason why is bad for lust is bad for society, right? So first I spoke about the how it's bad for relationships. You forming relationships. Now we're gonna get into the part where it's bad for your spiritual. Okay. So like I said, when I was talking about semen retention, and when I was talking about how it made me feel, the benefits that I had, and more clarity and more determination and more ambition and more just higher self-esteem overall, right? Good attributes to have for your character. Again, not to say I didn't have it before, but it was more like the attributes were more clear, if that makes sense, right? When you masturbate and all of these other things, and if you're effing a bunch of people overall, you're still wasting your seed. Even if you're not using your hand, you're still wasting your seed on somebody that you don't really care about, right? When you retain that power, same for females. If you're not constantly giving away your to a bunch of N-words, you're gonna view yourself on a higher level. Even if these females admit it or not, the ones that sleeping with a bunch of N-words, right? They still feel some type of way subconsciously. Just because somebody is showing how they look on the outside about them effing a bunch of people, that doesn't mean that on the inside they're not feeling like, right? That doesn't mean that they're not feeling bad about sleeping with a bunch of people. Because at the end of the day, if you're giving yourself to a bunch of people, if you're constantly letting a bunch of people reach the part of you that's supposed to be locked for one person or two people, or three, right? Then does that show that you value yourself a lot? Or does that show that you value yourself a little? And if you don't have self-value, if you are on a spiritual journey, right? And that's not on no Buddhism stuff, right? But that's on some self-discovery stuff, like getting closer to your higher self, right? If you don't value yourself on a high level, you're not going to be able to reach the level that you want to reach. Even if you feel that it is in reach, your vibrational level is so low because you're not retaining your power. In order to retain your power, you have no. In order for your vibration to be high, you have to retain the thing that influences your vibration. That makes sense, right? So, and that's why a lot of people have that victim mindset. You know, that victim mindset. And masturbation don't do nothing but reinforce that mindset. Because when you have that post-nut clarity, you're going to be thinking, what am I doing with my life? I don't think that the person up here is doing it. And you shouldn't be comparing yourself to anyone else at the end of the day, right? But you have to protect your seed, protect your power if you want to evolve spiritually, right? Third thing, right? Then you got the people that don't really participate in all of the lustful things. And that's me. Right? I'm a part of that group, right? I'm pretty sure you can see a lot of if you follow the dating scene, right? You know, and you look at how people react to the dating scene. It has been a lot of videos talking about where's the lover girls, where's the lover boys, all type of stuff, right? And if you correlate that with, I'm pretty sure America right now has the highest lonely statistic right now. Y'all gonna have to do y'all research on that, right? But that's the thing that I seen a couple of months ago, right? America is currently in the highest statistic for loneliness, depression, anxiety, all types of mental health issues, right? Suicide rates also. Think about it. What is one thing that almost everybody in this world wants? It's love. It's love, right? Even if you have loving parents, that's still a certain type of love. That's the shell of the love that we want to experience as a human. As a human, we were built to reciprocate. That's not what you call it, but we were built to have offsprings and continue our line, right? But at the end of the day, that right there, creating an offspring is supposed to include love. But also as humans, we were also born to be sinful creatures. Lust is a sin, by the way, if you didn't know that. Lust is a sin, okay? We are also sinful creatures. So it kind of coincides with each other, right? You got the people that don't fall into never mind, my bad. You got the people that don't fall into lust, right? And you got the people that fall into lust, right? So that obviously creates a little sliver. But what about the people that don't fall into lust? Couldn't they just date the people that don't fall into lust? Well, at some point in our lives, I'm pretty sure, unless you have just been single your whole entire life, or you have seen the person that you have had interest for fall for somebody else who clearly didn't value themselves high enough or didn't have value overall, right? You could tell if somebody doesn't have value, right? You have probably seen that person fall in love with somebody like that, right? Or you have you were in love, like I said early in a relationship, early in the video when I was talking about relationships. Or you have fallen in love and the other person hasn't, right? You will get hurt. Because if that person is just there to, right? And that's not to say every relationship requires sex. But let's switch it up. Let's say you didn't even have sex. Let's say that they just wanted to date somebody to feel the loneliness that they felt. But you wanted love to fulfill the loneliness for the rest of your life, right? And they break up with you. No reason. Or they just started something petty. You get hurt. You get trauma. Right? You get you start to develop what do you call that? A self-defense mechanism from people around you, right? And it makes it hard to really want to open up to somebody or even put yourself in a position to open up, right? So that's why a lot of people complain about not having nobody to love, but it's also a whole cycle to it. And that's why you're told to just get out there. You never know who you might meet. But at the end of the day, one person that you might meet might hurt you, right? So the whole thing is just a cycle. It is a cycle that us as the society have to break, right? But I do understand that it is hard to fall out of lust. Falling out of lust will be a hard journey. Like it is a journey. There is no end. You're like over all of the porn and sexual desires that you have in your mind and a feeling of love, right? It's not like it just erases from your mind. It will pop up at random. That's why I'm not no preach. I really don't even read the Bible, but I will eventually. But that's why in the Bible it says to run away from lust and not try to win against lust, because you cannot win. There is no battle. There is just running. There's running. That's why you told to delete social media. You know, avoid putting yourself in lustful positions. Lust comes in through the eyes, right? And when you think about it, news and social media and stuff like that, they promote lust. They literally promote lust. Even if you don't follow or like any lustful videos, it will still find a way to pop up. There's ads. There's lustful ads on video games. There's lustful ads on anime websites. There's lustful pictures almost everywhere. And then it's not even just on the internet. You got the females that are literally fueled. You got the females and the males who are fueled by lust. And if you want, what was I about to say? And if you want love, you will get that lust mistaken for love. And that's the most messed up part of the body. That's another reason why it's hard to come out. You don't want to get mistaken. But that's why you're supposed to get to know the person. If the person not trying to talk for more than 2-3 weeks, then that person just want to cry. That person just wants to cry. Okay? Don't fall for it. Have enough mental strength to not just fall for the trap. Be able to decipher the trap to see if it's really what you want. And if that person really has what you need in mind, right? So, very lengthy video, and is most likely a video that I will speak on in the future, right? But the last thing I will say, two more things I'm going to say. I'm going to end it off with something inspirational. Don't lose a valuable person just because the other people around you. No, don't lose a valuable person because you thought the other people around you had more value. Right? Just because you can connect with somebody, just because a person makes you feel some type of way, just because people overall, just because people can make you feel one in that group, doesn't mean they have more value than a person that's texting you, really telling you the truth about who you are as a person. Doesn't mean the person that is calling you every day or texting you every day, doesn't mean they're weird. Maybe they really just care for you. That's kind of scary. But that's gonna be the end of today's video. I ask that y'all like and subscribe. I upload every week, right? 1 or 2 videos every week. I will be uploading a cooking video most likely later this week, or it will be next week, but it's most likely going to be later this week. I ask that y'all like and subscribe. I think I said that already. And I love y'all. I wish y'all best on y'all journey with lust if y'all try to change, right? But yeah, if that's it. Peace. I love y'all. Have a great night.